Okay, so the first thing to think about is that when we talk about degrees, and we're used to talking about degrees and angles because that's how we learn about them in like junior high and high school, right? But degrees can also be measured in radians, and they can also be described in points on a circle. And it's called the unit circle because when you go out 90 degrees from the middle, you you go out one along x or y. But when you go around the circle, if you think about, if you have half a protractor, right, one of those things that you used to measure angles back in school, right, something that looked like that. If you go all the way around that, that's 180 degrees. But you could add another one underneath and keep going around. And if you go all the way around a circle, you've gone 360 degrees, right? That's why if a car spins all the way around and it ends up pointing back like exactly the way it started, we say we did a 360. A 360 is going all the way around and ending up in the same position. If somebody changes their mind, we talk about them doing a 180 because they end up facing the opposite direction. They go half a circle. So one of the things I would do if I were you is I would print out this unit circle and start getting used to thinking about it. So this first point here at 1 and 0 is 0 degrees. This is 0 degrees, right? I haven't measured anything yet. So we talk about that as 0 degrees. Okay, so then as we go out along each angle, if I go up 30 degrees, I've gone pi over 6 radians, and I've gone the 3 over 2 and 1 over 2. That's actually my point. Okay, if I go 45 degrees, I've gone pi over 4. And I've gone, the actual point would be root 2 over 2 and root 2 over 2. So these are actually the x and y points. These things here would be the x and y points that the outside of the circle hits. Okay, so then this one is 60 degrees, which is pi over 3. And this is 1/2, and root 3 over 2 is the point. So I would, if I were you, I would print this circle out. You can print it out out of Unit 4. There's a blank one that looks exactly like this. You can print it out, and I would do what I'm doing right here and fill it out. Okay? So I can see here that 0 is at 1 and 0, 30 degrees is at root 3 over 2 and 1/2, and is related to pi over 6. If I go all the way up to 90 degrees, that's pi over 2 radians, or 90 degrees, or 0 and 1, and then I can keep going. And if I've gone, if I go past 90 degrees to 120 degrees, that's the same as 2 pi over 3. I'm not going to fill out the points, I'm going to let you do that. If I have 3 pi over 4 radians, that's the same as 135 degrees. If I've gone 5 pi over 6 radians, that's the same as 150 degrees. And if I get all the way over to here at -1 and 0, whoops, sorry, come on, there we go, -1 and 0, this point here, that's pi radians, or, look at, I've gone all the way around to this side, I've gone 180 degrees. You were asking about the negatives. So when I go around my unit circle in this direction, okay, so if I keep going blah, 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 around this way, that is positive. So if I asked you for the t value for pi over 6, which is 30 degrees, here's my t value. My t value is the point for positive pi over 6. So I would say, oh, t is root 3 over 2 for x and 1/2 for y. Now, if I asked you what negative pi over 6 was, what's the t value for that? Okay, we're going to go backwards. So pi over 6. So the way Jordan does it, well, okay, this is the way I think about it. If I'm asking you for negative pi over 6, let's look at what pi over 6 is. Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So if I want to go negative pi over 6, I want to go 30 degrees in this direction. Okay, so if I know this point here is 0 or 360 degrees, right, 0 and 360 degrees are the same, and I know that pi over 6 is 30 degrees, okay, what's 360 minus 30 degrees? That's 330, right? So if I look at the unit circle, the one that you've printed out and filled out, you'd see that 330 degrees is 11 pi over 6, or root 3 over 2 minus 1/2. So negative pi over 6 just means goes 30 degrees in the opposite direction. Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So negative pi over 6 is 30 degrees back from 360, which is 330 degrees is 11 pi over 6, which is positive root 3 over 2 and minus 1/2. So that's what a negative is. So let's say you wanted to have negative 2 pi over 3. Well, if I look, okay, let's go and find the positive. Here's 2 pi over 3, right? Right here. I can't, for some reason. Why isn't this working? Okay, here's my 2 pi over 3 up here. Okay, so I can see that 2 pi over 3 is equal to 120 degrees. So negative 2 pi over 3 would be 360 minus 120 degrees, which would give me what? 6 minus 2 is 4, 3 minus 1 is 2. It would give me 240 degrees. So if I look around my unit circle, and again, you're going to have to go and fill this out yourself, where is 240 degrees? Here's 240 degrees here. So negative 2 pi over 3 means I'm going to go negative 2 pi over 3 in this direction, or 360 minus 120 degrees, because that's what positive 2 pi over 3 is. And if I look on my unit circle, 240 degrees is the same as 4 pi over 3. And the point it's associated with is minus 1 over 2 and minus root 3 over 2. So that's my t value, which if you take a look, it's the same values as minus 1/2 and root 3 over 2 for this one, but they're both negative because they're down here. So when it's negative, just go and look at how much the positive one is worth, okay? And then subtract it from 360, and then go find that value, what that point is. So let's do one more, and I'm just going to change the color. Let's go with green. Okay, so let's say I wanted the point at negative, I don't know, 5 pi over 6. Okay, so where's 5 pi over 6? So here's 5 pi over 6, which is 150 degrees. So I'm going to do 360 minus 150 degrees, which will give me 210. And if I look on my root circle, here's my 210. And 210 is at root 3 over 2 and minus 1/2. So if I want minus 5 pi over 6, I'm going to go this way to 360 minus 150, because that's the value for positive 5 pi over 6. And I'm just going to go count 150 this way, which will give me 210. So that's how we do the negatives. Maybe that was more confusing. I don't know. My advice is print out this blank unit circle and fill it in using the video from lesson 4.5 so that you understand how much each space is worth. And all that you do with the negative is go and see, oh, negative 5 pi over 6. What's positive 5 pi over 6? It's 150 degrees. So to find negative 5 pi over 6, all I do is 360 subtract 150 degrees, which will give me 210, and then I go and look at the point value for 210.